Ladies, Gentlemen, Mesdames et Messieurs, meine Damen und Herren, Señores y Señora. Here we are once again. I am Special Andre. I am sick as someone who should not be doing any casts. Right now I am very sick, having a really bad cold, bronchitis, whatever you want to call it. I'm coughing all the time, my throat hurts like really bad, but because of the fact that I like the Epicup so much and the guys organizing this, I decided to try to cast at least the finals. I just started the stream like 10 minutes ago. We have Mana and Stephano here in the finals. Just let me check. In the semi-finals, Mana was able to win against Lowly 2-1 in a PvZ, and Stephano was able to win against mouzMana 2-1 in a ZVT. So, looks like both semifinals went full distance. We are now here on Terminus Re. Stephano is spawning as the pink Zerg here at the 12 o'clock. We have Mana as oh, wrong color. There we go. No, this is the white Zerg. Let's make him pink. Here we go. And Mana is the blue Protoss, spawning next to him at the 9 o'clock position. So this is Terminus Re. Terminus Re is one of the stylishest maps on the field, with all those numbers everywhere. For example, here number 43, and those numbers seem to be generated very randomly. In the center we have the 9, the 42. For example, here it is no number because everything is a little bit more rocky in this position, but you got number 2 on the ramp, number 24 here. This about this map, as soon as you got your natural expansion, as soon as you are able to hold this off, you can expand easily to the low ground expansion. But the low ground expansion is very safe, so to say, but you only got 1 Respine Geyser and 6 mineral patches. But this is a rich Respine Geyser. This means you mine your gas a little bit faster there. It is not like 4 gas, maybe something like 7 gas each time a probe comes out of the assimilator and tries to get some units. So get some gas out of there. So we see Mana going with a forge opening. The fast nexus is followed by that. We see Stephano going for the hatchery here at the natural position, but he did not went hatchery first. He went pool first. So of course now the economic advantage is on the side of Mana, because yeah, we see Mana is finished with his we see Mana is finished with his nexus already. Meanwhile, Stephano is only halfway done with his hatchery, and for the remaining time of this cast, I will be. A nice job by Mana to block a possible circling run by off with a probe. Now the Zealot is out, so he should be fine. And for the remaining cast, I will cough from time to time. I will not always be ready to mute my microphone right away. There are the Zerglings trying to go for a run-by, and looks like this run-by will be successful. And they decided to take down the Zealot. Interesting choice. I would have expected a classic run-by. Now a classic wall-off is what Mana tries to do here. Now finally he managed to finish the wall off, but Stephano is still in here with 8 Zerglings, so Mana now will have to use his probes and the Zealot, and I mean he will be able to deal with those. Oh, not the best choice to leave the Zealot there alone, because Stephano only lost 2 Zerglings to kill the Zealot. He needs to wait for another Zealot. Where is this other Zealot? There he is, going for another photon cannon right now, and now Stephano not paying attention. They're losing 3 Zerglings, and now Mana can continue with the mining operation as soon as the Zealot is out. Now the Zealot is out and can protect the mineral line here. Right away, the only thing he needs to do now is to get a sentry or a stalker, a unit being able to do some range damage. And Stephano is still being aggressive, and this is so annoying. I can tell you this from personal experience. as soon as the Zergling is in your base, and even a Zerg player is in your base with some Zergling, and even if it's only 2 or 3 Zerglings, you see this right now? It's still annoying, but finally Mana was able to get rid of all those units. Units lost, there we see it. He lost 2 Zealots, and the rest are 9 probes in total right now, so not the best trade here for Mana. Stephano is moving out at the position number 43 once again to expand right away, so at the 8-minute mark going for the second expansion, and there he will be on 3 bases. Good timing. To be honest, I thought as soon as Mana would have had this base secure, so killed all the Zerglings running around in his base, I would have expected him to go for the second in-base expansion here as well, but he decided not to do this right away. Instead, he is going for the hallucination. The hallucination is finished, like right now. How much energy? This one probe does have enough energy right now to go for this hallucinated Phoenix. There we see the Phoenix now flying around. The Phoenix will spot the base at the number 43, and I think maybe if this map, Terminus Re, is still played in like 1 or 2 years, everybody will know this map so good. People just have to say, oh, he's going for the 43 via the 21 to go for the RS at the 2, and now drop on the 28. He's doing a multi-prompt attack via the 31 and the 41 right as well, and everybody knows, okay, that's going on. Actually, I only need to hear the stream and not to see it anymore. And once again, about those supply depots here on the ground, there we see this. This supply depot is actually there to prevent, for example, a Terran player to do a wall off on the low round, and a Protoss player to do a pylon contain with some cannons here in a ZVP, or a Terran player in a TVZ. So very, very Zerg friendly architecture here. So still Stephano having his Zerglings out. Mana now moving down, getting a pro pylon here, and as soon as he got 400 more minerals, I think he might be going for some Nexus thing expanding here once again. It looks like Mana is now moving out. He's got how many sentries? He's got 6 sentries, 2 stalkers, 3 zealots. The harvester count, by the way, 62 drones, 54 probes. So the difference, by the way, there we see the Nexus is not that big, of course. You do not need that many probes to fully saturate this rich Respine guy there and the mineral fields here. But still, as soon as this Nexus is finished, Mana will have nearly the same amount of income. There we see some roaches, very nice placed force fields with the sentries, so he bought himself enough time so he can kill this remaining Zerglings to run away to safety where the cannons are. The only thing the roaches can do right now is attack the forge here at the bottom, or attack the warp gate at the top right now. Meanwhile, Stephano is expanding once again at the 12 o'clock center location. And there are the roaches, and now trying to do some damage here. Nice force fields pushing the roaches away. He's got the burrow finished. What about the tunneling claws? I think no, not just yet. No tunneling claws finished, no tunneling claws in production, but Mana is Mana himself. Got the observer out right now, so he knows about possible burrows there. Once again, some nice force fields. Killing one roach, not losing a single unit, and he's got an immortal out pretty soon. Of course, the immortal will help out. He's got the robotics bay in production, and more importantly, he's got 2 stargates being warped in right now here at the natural. There they are, and with the stargates up, of course, he will be able to deal with all of those roaches, making Stephano rely more on the hydras. But Stephano is finished with the hydra den. He's got the grooved spines, the hydra range finished as well. Now going for the +2 missile attacks for the roaches and the hydras, the Zerg ground, not melee units. And Stephano borrowing his roaches. There we see on the bottom of the screen, for example, the regeneration rate, even without the tunneling claws, pretty big there. And now we see some interesting stuff coming up by Stephano, even though he does not know about those two Stargates, he finished with the Spire, and the first units he's making are Corruptors, no Mutas, no nothing like this. And meanwhile, Mana not going for any single the Phoenixes or something like that. He just started with the Void Ray right now. He's got one Colossus out, second Colossus is en route. He's got the +1 attack finished for the ground units. The +1 armor finished will be finished in 20 seconds. Here are the Corruptors flying around, trying to pick off a Colossus. Now they're Mana taking out the neutral supply depot, and Mana even getting the +1 air attacks and getting the second Colossus as soon as he spotted those Corruptors. Of course, Void Rays are a pretty good unit to deal with those Corruptors. Corruptors not doing extra damage, the Void Ray do extra damage, and because of the fact that the Corruptors have so much HP and so much armor, it's pretty easy for the Corruptors to charge up on those It's pretty easy for the Void Rays to charge up on the Corruptors. So Thermal Lance is finished, 2 Colossi out, third Colossus is en route. He finished with his Cybernetics course somewhere else. And there are the Roaches and the Hydras attacking the front. Void Ray 1 is going down, Void Ray 2 is going down there as well. So pretty nice placed force fields here, forcing the remaining Hydras to pull back. But Stephano with, what the fuck, he has a 13 Corruptors out, and 13 are quite a lot. Mana only having 2 Colossi here, having 2 Colossi lost, is now only on 1 Colossus, getting a 3rd Colossus, and Stephano having this expansion up and running, He is currently mining from 5 bases, he's got 6 hatcheries to produce off, and this is looking very good for Stephano. So Mana had a small timing window, but he did not was not able to do something, and right now it is Stephano just out macroing Mana right now, and Stephano will take game number 1 here. I think I have no idea, because with no high Templars, Mana will not be able to do some damage, just losing Forges. The +1 air attacks is finished right now for Mana, but what is 1 Void Ray good for if you're up against 14 Corruptors, and those Corruptors got the +1 finished, even though he's only doing extra damage with his massive units like the Carrier, like the Colossus. 15 damage each 1.9 seconds is still enough to take out Void Rays pretty fast. And there we just saw Stephano having more than 17 Roaches in production. There are the remaining Roaches now, even with the tunneling claws. I mean, the photon cannons helping out there a bit, but Stephano is just doing a good job, flying in with the Corruptors, taking out the Colossi, and just moving back, just keeping Mana on his 2 bases, starving him to death. I mean, Mana is nearly mined out in the main, he is nearly mined out in the natural as well. And the only thing Mana can do is just go for some more cannons. He's not going for any Warp Prism DT drops, he's not defending with the high Templars, he's just trying to stay alive, and there are more Void Rays going down so fast, and Stephano having no problems with the Corruptors and the... what are those units called? Not with the Corruptors, and the ability with the Corruption ability to take game number 1 of Mana. So Stephano is up 1-0 against Mana, and in the beginning of the game Mana said yes to the question of Stephano. Stephano asked, is this map good for a Zerg? And apparently it is. Mana said all current maps are good for Zergs, and I'm not saying all maps are good for Zerg. My personal opinion is that just